Today I sat down and I watched one of the worst Superman movies I have ever seen in my life. Nope, not that one. Nope. Warmer. There it is. Superman Solar is a fan-made film written by and directed by Andrew List, and I'll give credit where credit is due. He didn't also make himself Superman, which is the usual go-to move for these kind of passion ego projects. I watched an interview with the guy, and he doesn't seem that bad. He seems like a nice guy. He's a big fan of Superman. I'm not going to say anything concrete about his personality, because with my luck, something will come out the day after I post this video, and it looks like I support him. So keep in mind when I posted this. But his movie is really bad. Like, oh my God, bad. Like, we never should have invented cameras if this is where it was all heading. Kind of bad. But I watched it. It is easily one of the worst directed.
Someone will hire you eventually, Clark.
Written.
Kent's my last name.
Acted.
Someone will hire you eventually, Clark. Kent's my last name.
Lidded. Most awful movie that could have ever been made. It's so bad and it breaks so many rules. Luckily, it's only about 28 minutes, so I at least saved myself from another hour of disappointment that I thought there would be. Did a bus just pull up? It's taking me to the asylum after I watched this fucking movie.
Season. I would say if you're not at the game, you must have something more important to do, but that would be a lie. This is Friday night.
It's amazing. Already using a foundation in indie filming. For anybody who's a fan of Red Letter Media here on YouTube, they call it shooting the rodeo. So clearly there was a football game going on, and the director thought, oh, let's get some shots. Clearly this football game was not made for this movie, as you can see by it being all documentary style on the sidelines footage, and not at all on the field or close-ups of any of the players. But that's not that big of a deal, right? I mean, that's what you do as an indie filmmaker. You make with what you have, so we can't bash on it too much for that. It's just so obvious in the first minute. We're in the first minute and a half, and we've already used one of the biggest tropes.
I want everyone to see me. What do you think?
Well, they're definitely gonna see you. But they're also gonna listen when you talk.
No music stab, no like dramatic build-up, just hard cut to a not terrible logo. Like, clearly they hired someone who knows what they're doing in the graphics department somewhat. This is not bad, but that's it. That's the intro. God. Okay, so there's this whole part of the movie that I don't necessarily hate, where people from Smallville notice who Clark Kent is as Superman, because he didn't grow up wearing glasses. So obviously a small group of people would recognize him from that town, and they actually point that out. But it's the most awkward, same 3 sentences repeated over and over again, that it kind of ruins any good idea that would have been attached to that at all.
Isn't that the Kent's boy on TV?
It sure is. Do you think we ought to tell somebody?
We won't tell anyone. Kents have always been good to our family. They've always been there for the community.
You're right.
If anyone else around here recognized him, they'd do the same. It's who we are. It's the Smallville way.
Why did he go 400 feet up in the air just to come back down 3 feet in front of where he was standing before? Are you just showing off for the kid? Definitely showing off something, dude. Not in a public park. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's not from here, though, so he shouldn't get a say.
Whoa. All right. I heard people were saying this movie got political, but I don't know.
So how are you going to sit here and tell me that he's not a hero?
Because there's no risk involved. We call police officers to run into burning buildings, putting their lives on the line where they could fail. So until he's in a situation where he could fail, he's no hero.
So by that logic, should we undertrain our military so that it's even harder for them, which makes them more of a hero? That doesn't make any sense at all. Wow. Blender. Why would Superman live like this? Is that a pizza box on the ground? What? What am I looking at? Why would Superman live like this?
Someone will hire you eventually, Clark.
He also talks to himself. You didn't have to say that. All right, this is a point I'm going to make. Show, don't tell, okay? I am by no means some film professional, but showing the rent overdue letter on his desk and having him throw his glasses in defeat next to wanted ads clearly shows that he is not getting a job. You don't have to have him sit alone in a room and go, "Somebody will hire you eventually, Clark." Nobody does that. So then he calls up the Daily Planet to try to set up an interview, and he tells himself to be geeky.
All right. Be a geek. Put on the act. Just like in high school.
See, I don't know much about Superman, but I feel like calling someone who's just being nice a geek and putting on an act is not at all what his thing was. He's just a genuinely nice person, right? He's Superman. He just wants to help people. So why would he think being geeky is putting on an act if he's just trying to be why does he think that would help get him a job too? That does what the fuck?
Kent. Clark Kent. Well, Kent's my last name. Well, sorry, I didn't. Yes, splendid. 9 p.m. Okay, I'll be there. And splendid means to...
Oh my god. I feel like he's trying to do like a charming, awkward thing, like Andrew Garfield in Amazing Spider-Man, but he is not charming at all, and that's not the right kind of awkward. Does this director think that Rain Man is charming? Also, did he just mansplain the word splendid to this woman I couldn't hear on the phone? Which I'm not even going to talk about the audio issues in this movie. That's one of the least problems that this movie has. You can't hear half the people talking. Maybe that's for the best, though, with this dialogue.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a severe weather
He wasn't
update.
watching anything.
We've just confirmed a tornado has touched down just outside of Keystone City. Wait, we're getting visual that...
This is one of the few creative scenes in the movie. I like this shot of him watching the TV on his couch. Tornado starts, flies out the window, and then you see Superman show up on the TV. That's actually good. Like, obviously, you know it's a little cheap because they couldn't show you. This is all made in Blender and stuff, obviously. But that's fine. This is a creative use of the technology you have. And as like a little scene in a movie to show how monotonous Superman's life has become could be really interesting. But the problem is that's not what this movie's doing. This isn't trying to make this seem like a monotonous scene. They're trying to make Superman seem like a hero and that he's awesome. But you're just still in his apartment. So what could be an awesome idea ends up being lazy and boring. Do you see how that works?
If only anyone else could see this.
Well, I think a few people have. The problem is they just weren't really able to tell anyone on the way down.
Better get changed the line, or dude.
It's on the corner of 5th. They said he's gonna jump.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay,
I've been doing a lot of good around the world, and I don't have a problem with that, but I don't take orders from you. I know you don't, but they do.
What? Did he just imply that humans take orders from Superman? That we're like subservient to him? Or does he take orders from them? What does that mean? Oh no.
You've never done a single thing for me, and now I'm trying to finally be at peace, and you're here to stop me now?
I'm not here to stop you.
Oh.
If that's what you really want.
Oh, okay, Superman. Yeah, I just dropped a quarter up here earlier today. I just wanted to come back, make sure I got it. You know, I don't have a job right now. I'm Superman, so I've been scrounging up as many quarters as I can find.
It's Clark. Nice to meet you.
You're just gonna tell me your real name just like that? You know I could tell the whole world, right?
You could, but I trust that you won't.
You could, but I trust that you won't. So then the rest of the movie is basically flashbacks to help teach this kid lessons about why Superman is just as human as anyone else and understands our problems. I think...
Just you, alive and well. We saved what we could from the wreckage.
Why can I do these things that no one else can?
Son, I believe everything
They
happened.
couldn't get a kid They couldn't hire a kid for this one scene. You don't even have to pay him. Just give him pizza. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. You had like 2 lines. He's Steve Buscemiing it. How's it going, fellow kids? So after that flashback, it cuts to their conversation again on the roof, and I noticed that Superman was on a different side of the screen than he was when we left off in their conversation, as if they had moved along the roof, which is fine. We were in a flashback, and now we're here, so it's okay for them to shift perspective. I assume that's what they were going for, maybe. But then something happened.
I believe everything happens for a reason. The good, and especially the bad.
Especially the bad. So are you going to let me jump?
I hope you decide not to.
Did you see it? Did you see it? It is so gross. So far, this movie was doing pretty good at not breaking the 180 rule. It's been nothing but 2 people talking to each other, so that's all it has to do. But here is the most egregious breaking of that rule I have ever seen in my life. Here's a little crash course in shot composition, real quick. There's something called the 180 rule, which means that if there's 2 characters on screen talking, you never want them to switch sides when it comes to transitions in different shots. So when Superman is on the left screen here and Homeboy is on the right screen, they need to stay on those sides even with shot changes. So if it changes to a shot over Superman's shoulder, Homeboy should be on his right side, not on his left. Otherwise, it kind of throws off our brain and makes us feel like it's popping around.
The bad makes us strong, gives us scars, even if others can't see them. Everyone's story is different.
See how he was talking to him facing to the right, and now the camera comes back and we are now facing as if he's on the left side? It doesn't make any sense. These all digital 3D shots that are made in Blender that have a very different directorial style than the whole rest of the movie are fucking amazing. Like, there hasn't been a single shaky cam or close-up focus reveal throughout this entire movie, and there was about 5 just in that 20-second segment. Like, listen, whoever did these VFX genuinely did do a good job. Like, these are pretty impressive. Obviously, the models probably weren't very good because they refused to show a close-up of either of these characters in any situation, but it's really not bad.
Kryptonians.
Oh my god. That fucking comping is so bad.
I've never faced anyone who could move me, let alone throw me. You've showed me today that I could bleed. I'm even more like humans than I thought. But you know what I've done my whole life? Held back.
Okay, we haven't even talked about the main character's acting yet. It is some of the most stilted, wooden, blank-faced acting I've ever seen in my life. And I saw Free Guy, okay? Okay? I guess they tried to find someone who's conventionally attractive to at least look like Superman, but the man cannot act, and I don't know if this was a directorial choice, if they told him, like, okay, say it more stern, more serious, like maybe he tried to give it more charisma in life and they wouldn't let him. I'm not going to try to dog this guy too much because I don't know whose choice this was, but it was a choice that was made, and in a movie about choices, my God, you think you would have known it was a bad one.
What are you rambling on about?
Run that by for me one more time, pal.
What are you rambling on about?
I'm gonna need that one more time, buddy.
What are you rambling on about?
According to the text here, he's saying, what are you rambling about? But I don't have any proof of that. I can't confirm or deny. And half of these subtitles have not been correct. So you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt, you know?
How does that help me?
Because you believed it, right? I bluffed.
But wait, how does that story help me? Wait, you actually believe that shit? Bruce, get a load of this kid. He fucking believed that story about Brainiac and the whole... he thinks I can shoot lasers out of my eyes. He's a fucking idiot. KYS, dude. KYS, bro.
But if you believe, without a doubt, that tomorrow and the day after and so forth will never be any better, against every fiber in my being, I will move out of the way and watch you fall to the ground.
You know the news will tear you apart for not stopping me.
Probably. But this decision needs to be yours and yours only.
What if I just fail again?
you are much stronger than you think you are.
Wait, did Superman just tell that kid to kill himself? Because in the context of him saying, like, I don't know if I can do it, and you're telling him you're strong, do you mean they need to be a little clearer about the context there? Because it kind of sounds like Superman just told that kid to KYS. Hey guys, we're filming a movie. Do you mind if we film it in your office here? Fuck no. Please, just please, we just need one office shot. Okay, fine. Just take the fucking hallway, but that's it. Okay, perfect.
All I ask is that you keep trying. Because you only fail
Wait,
if you give up.
but they can't even get the last couple shots of their movie right. They literally show the glasses on his table as he gets up from the desk, and then he takes the glasses off when he comes out of the elevator. Nobody checked that? Nobody's noticed that? The movie's only 22 minutes long, guys. Come on. Right, so that was Superman Solar, and Jesus Christ. What was happening?
I am really impressed. I gotta tell you, too,
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. There's some bullshit post-credit scene with Lex Luthor, apparently, and he's all like, you're gonna die soon, Superman. And then Superman's all like, and then he's all like, I'm out of here. And I guess this guy played baby Superman in one of the 70s Superman movies or 80s Superman movies. I'd have to look that up again and put it on screen here. So it's a nice little Easter egg, I guess, for big Superman fans, sure, but also, I am so sorry that they put you in this, dude. Are you okay? Are you all right? Blink 3 times if something's wrong.
really enjoyed watching you be the shining.
Oh my God. All right, and that was Superman Solar. Jesus Christ, is a lot to get through, but we actually did it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, so it actually ends with a post-credit scene where there's a slightly creative shot of Batman's knife up against the wall and the shadow shining on it, and he looks up and sees Batman's symbol. So obviously, Deadpool will be in the next movie. Oh, I genuinely cannot believe that this was released with such confidence. I love fan-made art, I love indie films, and I always try to appreciate those things for the merits that they come with. It doesn't come down to the expensive, flashy, showy things. It's about what's behind it. But the problem is that this movie shows no knowledge of filmmaking whatsoever. Clearly they know how to pick up a camera and put it towards something, and then that's about it. The lighting is absolutely awful and inconsistent. The sets and settings made me confused and upset, and the main actor's acting is so atrocious, I almost cried. I cut it out of this, but I almost cried. I did. Obviously I didn't, but apparently I'm a better actor than that guy. And what's sad is I don't even know if I can blame the actor. It might be the direction, because the writing and directing of this movie is just really, really rough, man. Like, you broke many basic rules. You don't know how to show and not tell. You overwrote your script while somehow also giving no story or plot whatsoever. And the shot compositions were absolutely terrible. I felt claustrophobic in his apartment. I don't even know what his apartment looks like. It looks like shit. He's Superman. What? My last offense of this movie is that I have seen a lot of people on X, or Twitter, as most people know it, saying that this is somehow a like racist, controversial movie. And while it does have some questionable moral messages, it doesn't necessarily come off as dangerous or hateful or spiteful. Nothing in it comes off as blatantly evil. I think a lot of people are attaching this to the Spider-Man Lotus controversy that happened recently, and I'm not really getting that from this. It's just a bad movie. There are plenty of things to bag on this movie for. And again, something may come out about this movie later. Please keep in mind of when I am recording and releasing this video. I don't know. But there's really nothing there right now, so I just don't like it when people dogpile on someone for something they didn't do, especially when there's so much more that you could dogpile on them for. So Don't see this movie. I watched it, so you don't have to. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to make more videos like this in the near future, so please make sure to like and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch a bunch. I also stream on Twitch at least 5 times a week, so go check me out over there, Scourge Slaps on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.